To this day, my mom will say of her life, "Can you believe it? I'm just Ruthie from Shalom Aleichem Street in Tel Aviv. How can this be my life?"
Well, I think everyone who knows mom and dad know how different they are. And I think that's what attracted them to each other. My guess is when they met each other, neither of them thought this was going to be their future, what developed.
When my mom and dad met, they were not looking for a relationship. My mother was going back to Tel Aviv, and my father was perfectly happy staying in Chicago as a bachelor. And we all know how that went.
My mom had this vision. She loved Israel, but that there was something in America that she needed to pursue.
The story of her leaving Israel at age 19, getting on that Greyhound bus, only having enough money to eat an apple for lunch, getting to University of Iowa, taking on 4 jobs so that she could be self-sufficient, leaving her family back in another country, but being able to recreate a family here. And she was so invested.
They supported me, they backed me, they pushed me, they encouraged me. They were always there for me. And I've taken that as part of who I am and how I operate.
Everything about my parents has just been cliche by example, a definition of partnership.
I do know one thing that my parents envisioned in their future is that Israel was going to be a big part of it. Jewish living and Jewish life was going to be a part of it. That was a commitment they made to each other and to their future family.
Yeah, Ruth and David, I'd say first and foremost, their Jewish values and how that runs through the family.
They've shown up for the community in a philanthropic way, in a leadership way. They're really role models for the community and, of course, in their support of Israel.
There's no line between Ruthie and Israel.
It goes back to Milton and Hartman and other programs that Michael Siegel had, and it was always sort of exciting waiting to hear what Ruthie had to say.
David's commitment to the American Jewish Congress and Jewish causes and so forth was always known. Okay, that was just part of what they were and how they behaved.
Thinking about my father's role and participation as an early member of American Jewish Congress and then ultimately ascending to national leadership, it was just much more than a guy at an organization who cared about Israel and cared about being Jewish. I think our whole family just had an exposure to somebody who really thought about what it means.
The story that Mom has told many times, the proudness she carries of the ability for my dad to achieve that dream and leave his career for a period of time to do that stint as American Jewish Congress president full-time because she had the career she had.
Truth be told, for quite some time, I actually thought my father was a spy. How could he run around the world meeting with people like Fidel Castro, Arafat? No, my father was not a spy, but my father was able to do all he did with my mother by his side.
So Ruthie was one of the first women on the Chicago Board Options Exchange back in 1974, a year after it started.
But the fact that she was able to not only show up, but then probably do it better than everyone else in the room.
The way she just adapted to it and took it on as a 5'3" Israeli woman on an extremely male-dominated trading floor is a story of legends that people still talk about when they meet me and say, "You're Ruth Kahn's son?" I love that question.
She's fast thinking, fast acting, fast talking, whatever, and it's just all as up to good.
She describes all of her grandchildren, and each and every one of them is unique and different, and she sees them precisely and specifically for who they are, and it's just amazing and beautiful.
When you call Safta, she starts talking.
Before you can even get a word in, she's already asking me questions.
They usually start with her telling me I'm working too hard.
All of my friends know Safta. They've met her throughout the years, and whenever I get a call from her and I'm with them, they make sure to say hello. And they always check in on how she's doing, which is really special.
She always immediately seeks out the new person in the group or the family or the person not sitting next to someone and smothers them in love.
So I feel like I hit the jackpot in a lot of ways. Her presence is a present. as they say.
I just love her and admire her so much and really, really value our relationship.
I think she's sort of like my fan club. She just really is always there to give a lot of support and encouragement.
We talk on the phone like we're old friends. She just has this outlook that's just so contagious, and you can't not have her chutzpah when you're with her.
Generally speaking, Safta fires me up. You know that you have the greatest champion in your corner and probably just got 10 compliments that you haven't gotten in years in just 1 minute of speaking to her, because she believes and is so invested wholeheartedly in everybody that brings her so much joy and never wastes any opportunity to let everybody else know that.
Safta is the type of person that so values the collective, so values her family, so values others, and doesn't like to make a big show of something all about her.
That was how they showed their love, is let's be there for you, let's support you, share this experience with you, and show up with enthusiasm and curiosity.
She's never stopped learning, and she's never stopped being curious, and she's never stopped teaching me to be curious, and I really value that.
You'd see her immediately get onto the floor, even at her age, and to build puzzles, play cards, probably play with my kids the same way she played with me and all my cousins growing up.
Having Safta come to San Francisco and visit us and David in this really special time when David is so young and new and doesn't know anything about our family, what a perfect representation to bring him into the fold than having his great Safta visit him. It was really special.
This was the example that my parents gave. Family requires work, family requires love, and family requires an involvement.
It is the greatest value to know that you can be counted on, that you will be present, that you are there for people. So showing up is my favorite value now, and that is because I admire that so much in how my parents have always lived their life.
It's a joy to be with her. We just enjoy showing up for each other.
Ruthie has an understanding of what the moment means, of being present, of being involved right now.
My mother's catchphrase has always been, "Here it is." Anyone who's called her will be greeted with, "Here it is," as if she called me first. "Here it is" is just another way of saying, "Here I am," and true to the spirit of my parents, hineni.
But it's also kind of her motto of, "Here I am, here life is, let's embrace it."
Safta, we love you.
Safta, we love you. Dear Safta.
Safta, here it is.